If you want something said, ask a man. If you want something done, ask a woman. Welcome to another episode of the Women in Power, Politics and Entertainment. This program is being broadcasted in Nigeria and we hope to go through the entire Africa, searching for women with repute, dignity and accomplishments. As you all know, I don't do this alone. My guest on the program is a mother of many children, a graduate of Guardian and Counseling from the University of Ibadan, who also studied social sector management from the Pan Atlantic University. She is also the executive director and school administrator of the Home Street Kids Welfare Initiative in Ilorin, a community developer. I present to you Funmi Omisope, popularly known as Ma Funmi. Good afternoon, Ma.
Good afternoon.
It's really nice to finally meet you.
Thank you.
So, Ma, can we meet you? Give a brief introduction about yourself, how growing up was like for you.
Okay, so my name is Funmi Omisope. I'm the fifth of the family of six. I'm a native of Ile-Ife in Osun State, but born and brought up in Ondo Town, in Ondo State. Growing up was smooth. Dad and mom, amazing. But then I suffered rejection as a child because when I was around 8 years old, a woman came to our house to greet my mom. And when she was leaving, mommy asked me to give her something. And when I stretched my hand to her, she called me a name. She said it in Yoruba. She said, Oburewa Merindilogun, So when she left, I went inside to meet my mom. What's the meaning of Oburewa? And mommy said someone that is ugly. And I said, what's the meaning of Merindilogun? Mommy said 16. Meaning she called me 16 ugly girls put together. That's a monster. Now, instead of me to tell my mom that this is what your friend called me, I took it as my personality. Like in primary 3, I wanted to be a pilot. But after the incident, I became the shadow of myself. I started sitting at the back in class. I couldn't look eyeball to eyeball with my siblings. And it affected me for 11 years of my life before I could come out of that. So that is what, really founded like the basis for my passion, for what I'm doing today. But then that is who I am, and I was able to come out, and I went to another school because I failed out of secondary school. And I told myself, people don't know you. It's who you tell them you are that you are. So I told my dad, I want to go back to SS2, no SS3 to retake. And I got there, and in 3 months, I became the senior girl of the school. And that was how I got my light back, So basically, that is, part of me. And aside the fact that now I'm the executive director and founder of Home Street Kids Welfare Initiative, HSK.
That's really beautiful.
Thank
but
you.
Then condescending, it's not really nice for someone to talk down on a child that way. All right, so Ma, can you give us a breakdown on how adopting children and educating them started for you?
Okay, so like I said earlier, that growing up, it didn't happen in my home. It was a woman that came to our house. I don't know, maybe that was what she was calling her children, but it was strange to me. And that was why it became my prison for 11 years. So when I gained admission to University of Ibadan, I started with going to remand home beside Poly Ibadan. And so I kept on going there. But then all along, I always see these Niger Republic children, those light in complexion children that hug people anyhow and all of that. But I never thought of them as less privileged. They were just invisible. Like, we'll be taking things to remand home, and when they come to us, we'll be like, come on, get off. We are going to the less privileged. Until one day, I was inside the bus going to Dubai. And while going to the bus, I saw them coming. So I raised my hand like, don't come near me. So my elbow jacked one of them. And I'm like, I'm very sorry. What's your name? He said, Ibrahim. The second one, Ibrahim. Okay. I said, why you no go school? They said, no money. I already knew the response. I gave them money. I gave the 10 naira. I said, then. That was 2006. So I entered into the bus, and I was looking at them the way they were hugging everybody. So they would just look at me and wave, Then it came to my mind that how will it look like having them in school? And that was how the journey to their slum at Karabodija in Ibadan started. Mm-hmm. And one of the families was who I followed down to Ilorin in 2014. Yeah. And now our most senior is in Abuja now. He's writing WAEC presently.
Oh, wow.
Yes,
That's really
Mustafa,
beautiful.
and he's from Niger Republic.
Wow, that's really beautiful.
Thank you.
All right, Ma, so are you rich?
I'm wealthy. I am. I am because I don't count wealth by the naira and kobo or the dollars in the account. I count it by the impact I make. Because the kids I'm taking off the streets today are going to become pilots, become engineers, become, they're from Niger Republic, from Chad, from Mali, from Nigeria, of course. And in the next 10, 20 years, when I'm marking my birthday, before my children will say, okay, mommy, they'll come to the house and see stuff. You understand? I'm having connections. I don't need to go sit down in some reception and be waiting. I'm going to call. Hello, Ismail. How is Kaduna? Say, Kaduna is fine, ma. Okay. Because my children are the one controlling. That is the thing. So I'm investing into the future because I know I'm going to meet it there. So I'm wealthy. Yeah.
Oh, wow. That's really beautiful.
Thank
How
you.
have financing this initiative been for you?
To start with, God has been faithful. Using people that we don't think should be the one. There are some students of uni learning that are sponsoring children in our school.
Oh, wow.
Because aside from this, we have a free school too at Gambari with 65 children. But aside that, we have businesses partnering with us. We have international partners. One of our international volunteer, turned partner, just left for Spain 2 days ago. She came all the way from US for 2 weeks here in Ilorin. And we have, grants once in a while comes in. So that is how it has been. Yeah.
That's really beautiful.
Thank
It has
you.
been an amazing and interesting time with Ma Funmi. We'll go on this quick short break. We'll be right. Welcome back from that break. It's still the Women in Power, Politics and Entertainment, and we still have our beautiful, delectable guest with us.
Yeah.
All right, so ma'am, what do you look out for these kids in 10 years time to come?
Okay, in 10 years, majority of them will be in higher institution already. My dream is for some of them not to be in higher institution in Nigeria. Yeah, because I have one of them that want to be an aeronautic engineer, and I have like 5 that want to be a pilot. Because they've been to the airport like twice. They've seen flights landed and taken off. They've seen pilots waving at them, and then the dream. So I really want to give them that. I really want to. There was a time one of them was asking me to help ask ChatGPT how much is the salary of a pilot.
Oh, wow.
So I told them that, and I told them the salary of a Marua man, so they can pick. You understand? So I see them becoming someone great. I see them taking their families off the poverty circle. Because now during Ramadan, when they were to fast, I told them I'm a Christian, but my kids, majority of them are Muslims. I said you're going to do the 30 days, but I want you to have like a target. Why are you doing the fast? What do you want God to do? And majority of them are saying, I want God to take my parents and my siblings off the streets. They are already off the street, but they still have their families on the streets. You understand? So they know that when they become someone great, I know their family is their first target. I know I'm going to benefit too, but then I want them to really, end the circle, that poverty circle. There are some of my children, their parents, the grandparents use the parent to beg. The parents use them to beg, but it ends with them. It ends with them. So in the next 10 years, I see transformation already. I see us sharing some before and after that. When you are showing the before, the kid, you feel embarrassed. You'll be like, I don't want
There's no
to.
need
You
for
understand?
it, yes.
That is it.
Oh, that's really beautiful.
Thank you.
So much, ma'am. God bless
Thank
you
you.
for the wonderful job you are doing. All right, so ma'am, who are your mentors?
Okay, so when it comes to mentors, I have quite a number. I have Ibuka Oshika.
Oh, wow.
I love her so much. I love Ibuka Oshika. I love Michelle Obama.
Okay.
I love Oprah Winfrey.
Oh, wow. Okay.
I love women that balance things. And there's this my foster mom. She used to be a minister of health in Nigeria, Professor Adenike Grange.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. She took me up before she became minister, and she made me the last child of the family. Like, I was practically living with her. And that is why sometimes when I want to do some things, I'll tell myself, for me, when it comes to this aspect, you are Olufumi or Grange. You understand? Like, the Grange in you needs to attack this thing. So I saw how mommy we go out, we go on official occasion, and we'll come back home. And I would just go to my room, and mommy would be discussing with daddy, blessed memory now, Daddy Jerry. And and daddy would be like, no, Nike. And I'll be like, wow, Professor Denike Grange. You understand? But when you are at home, you are a wife. I love that. I love that. Yeah, so those are my power women, They are powerful outside, but they are wife and mothers inside. They are not CEO to their husbands and chairman to their children. You understand? I love to be in touch at the top and at the base. Yeah.
That's really beautiful.
Thank you.
Would you treat these kids the same way you treat yours?
I think it's obvious. I love them more than life. I love them totally because I see God in them. Because I know that anything I do to them, I'm doing it to God. Because what it tells us in the Holy Book, he said, when we get to heaven, that he's going to say, when I was poor on the street, you fed me. When I was in prison, you came to visit me. When I was sick, you understand, you nursed me. So anything I do to them, I'm doing to Jesus, I'm doing to God. So I'm serving God through them, and I can't do anything less.
This is really beautiful.
Thank you.
To be honest, I am really having an amazing time, and yes, you see God in people you try to help. Not only because they need the help, but just see it like you're doing it for God. It's still the Women in Power, Politics and Entertainment. We'll go on this quick break and we'll be right back. Welcome back from that break. We still have our guest with us. All right, so ma'am, what has been the closest to you regretting starting this? Because every sweet story has its own sour part too. What has been that time for you?
Okay, so when it comes to that would be 2015. It was around Ramadan. I was in class, and my teachers, I can't remember the reason. None of them were around, and one of my children, his name is Ahmed, Niger child, and he came to school. He loved mathematics naturally, So I saw the way he was being sluggish with his classwork. So I gave him what I knew he would get 10 of, so that just to boost his morale. But it was still, so we always feed them in the afternoon. I went to the kitchen to prepare their food. And others came to meet me and said, Ahmed did like this. I said, then tell him to wake up and do his work. They came and said, Ahmed. When I got there, it was convulsion. This boy was 8 years old. So some of the teeth had removed, the normal milk teeth. So I didn't know that he has, his teeth. So, it was terrible. I carried him like this till we got to Asadam Hospital. Like, for 3 days he was in coma. No. And the funny thing, the father was asking me, what did you do to me?
Can you imagine?
So I was like, and the doctor told me, is it complicated malaria or something they call it? Like, it was terrible. I had to close the school down. Let's rescue this one first before we continue. Then after some period, I gave him like 1 week, then we returned back to school. So that was terrible for me. And aside that, I've taken delivery before of one of the mothers. She saw water. Her water broke 2 a.m. So they called me. I was like, I'm not a nurse. I'm a trained counselor. So I told them, okay, because they delivered by themselves. And that was like a week after we left hospital for Ahmed. So I didn't go to their home until 4 p.m. Only for me to get there, she was still in labor. So I had to be the one doing the push, pull. It was terrible. Like, I had to call my aunt who is a nurse. I said, I don't know what to do. She said I should keep touching her stomach. Then the baby came out. I said, what about placenta? Like, they were laughing at home. Don't laugh, because I should have rushed her to the hospital, but we finished all the money in the account on Ahmed. Then eventually she gave birth. She delivered the placenta, and they gave me the baby to name. And I said, Anu Luapo, because who is delivering who? All of us are supposed to be in police station. So when I think of those days, I'm like, Anu is like, that was 26. Anu should be 8 now. They still send me a video like last month or early this month. So when I think of all those, I'm like, it's good.
It's good.
It's good.
It's good.
Sincerely.
Wow. It's really good. I'm really touched with this. All right, so what are the challenges you have faced?
Okay.
Or you still face running this initiative?
Starting out wasn't easy. because of language barrier. I don't know why I don't speak Hausa, and I served in Kano. You know, I only can speak the one to maybe normal conversation to Baisuya, but to say by the time I say, oh, you're not gonna, by the time they start singing the Hausa, I'm like, kadan kada, just calm down, you know. So the language barrier was there, then the mindset was there, because they would tell you, why should we go to school? They make money on the street. One of my children told me that Nigeria, from Niger, that Nigeria, I like Nigerians, they give money. And that's why I don't give money to street children, even the ones that are not with me. I rather buy something for them. Because when you give money to them, there's an adult waiting for the money. You understand? So I would rather buy what the child will eat right there. I know that's the gain of the child. You understand? So the mindset. But thankfully, the NGO where I served in Kano, one of the children we brought from the villages and all of that, got adopted, finished from Unilorin.
Oh, wow.
Was in. So when I heard she's here, I said, come and work with me. Now, I call her my Hausa brain. She's our liaison officer. She's from Kano. Her name is Rahila. Okay. So sometimes some parents will call me and say, you know, call her Ma Funmi. I say, oh, Mama Lafia, call her Rahila. I say, okay. I just give the phone to Rahila. They know that. And they are so happy because majority of the Hausas are from Kano. So they could relate. And she has all their marks and all of that. And they know that if Rahila could be a graduate, there's hope for our children. You understand? Then for the mindset, we always have meeting with the parents. Then we decide to get a TV set. It's beyond just a TV set for us. It's to bring modernization to them. You understand? To show them what could be. Like when I went 2 years ago, I think December, I was feeling like there's more I could do. And I rolled my sleeves and I went to an NGO in Lagos and I volunteered for a month. You understand? I taught in their school and they just opened their home for the boys and they put me at the visitors room. And that was when I birthed the vision, you know, for the home for us. Initially, I knew we were going to have a home, but I thought we were going to buy a land and build and, you know, then every time we are in the home, I'll just be looking at the children like, they have the same story with my children in Ilorin. So having these children off the streets totally is actually the secret of these people's success. And that was 7 months after we launched this place.
Oh, wow.
You understand? So the mindset. So when I came back from that Lagos, I took the video of my children over there. I showed it to the parents. I showed them the video of Hausa children that were eating on the dustbin. And after some years in the home, how you can never say they are from the north. Apologies to my people from the north. Like, it was looking so fresh. You understand? So they came to meet me and said, please take my son. If you don't take my son, he might die on the street. He comes home 2 a.m. in the morning. You understand? Take my son. You understand? So the mindset is what some of them now will negotiate on their children. They have 5. They give us 2 to put in school. They go with 3. Because whatsoever the child begged with on the street is what they eat with in the night. So that is it. So we allow that.
All right. Okay. So do you think a random person can start this?
Why not? I'm random myself. Like I started when I was in year 1 in the university, but I didn't register until after service year, like 2 years after service year. My own is, if you want to start this, don't just start and wake up and be the executive director. Volunteer with an NGO that is already doing something related. Like what I just said, I saw an NGO having better results than we are, and I went to volunteer. Like I locked my office and I went there. They didn't know me. So I told myself, Funmi, here you are Funmi. Forget Ma Funmi in Ilorin. And funnily, when I got there, I just started hearing Ma Funmi. I was like, a graduate of Ilorin was there. I was like, you people follow me down here again. So anybody can start. It's all about the passion and be ready to learn on the job. You know, so that is it.
All right. Oh, so beautiful people. We're still on here, and yeah, we're going to this quick break. I'll be right back. All right, so Ma, what does culture mean to you?
Yeah, to me, culture is personal because I believe that culture is beautiful. So we don't need to infuse our own into, like I'm Yoruba, like I'm from Ilefe. My children are from the north, majorly, then Yoruba, you know, Ilorin and all of that. So I can't force those in the north to act and think and behave like those of us from, you know, the Yoruba land. So I try to make sure they are refined, but still have the flavor of their culture. You understand? Like in our school, we have Tosa True. and they sing the Dan Maliyo Maliyo and all of those. Then they sing the Yoruba song and all of that. So I believe everybody should be identified with their culture. I'm proud to be from Ilefe. You understand? So I believe culture is life. Culture is colorful. Yeah.
Okay. All right, ma'am. So, what are your hobbies?
I love reading
Okay.
and I love being in the hair.
Oh, okay.
I love it. Then I love adventure. I love traveling. So, but most especially, I love reading. You understand? So, I like to be out of my shell, but then there must be a reason for me to be out there.
Okay.
Exactly. Like recently, I just woke up and I told myself I'm going on vacation. So all the children are like, are we going with you? No, I'm going for vacation away from all of you. And I went to Abeokuta for the very first time, and it was very lovely because I was able to climb the Olumo Rock and all of that. Though I came back feeling very sick, but at least I did it. So I love, to go out of my way once in a while. It refreshes me.
How's technology impacted this initiative, like your daily activities?
Yes, technology is so amazing because we're in this corner of Ilorin, Kwara State, but then we have people all over the world knowing what we are doing.
Okay.
Like our partner that just left, our volunteers that just left 2 days ago, it was our partner that came last year, June, that sent her. And where did she meet me? On Instagram. There was one that contacted me on LinkedIn. I said, oh, you're doing an amazing thing. Do you like this show? I said, why not? How many do you want? I said, 100. And she raised the money and she sent it down. I spent no money. You understand? I got it, and that was the standard for all my children. So technology have, help us to amplify our voices, be able to tell our stories. Because there are some people on the streets that doesn't know us as much as people in Los Angeles, as much as people in US, in Ibadan, in Lagos. Do you understand? So that is it. So we leverage so much on technology, telling our stories and all of that.
Okay. All right. If you could advise an 18-year-old child today, what would it be?
Yeah, an 18-year-old child,
A female.
a female,
child. Yeah.
I would just say, keep living, keep learning. You're going to make a change. Don't overburden yourself with, I want to change the world. Let the world feel you first, positively. You're still growing, you're still exploring, you're still finding your path. Don't be overburdened with what should be or something. You might not even know who your mentor is for now. You're picking, you're dropping. Enjoy life. Just enjoy, explore. You understand? Explore. Volunteers here and there. You're going to volunteer at some places and you realize this is far from my passion. You understand? And you volunteer in some places and you be like, I like that part of them. You are involving. So enjoy yourself, enjoy life as it comes to you.
All right. Any beautiful young lady out there listening to this, like she said, enjoy life. Enjoy your passion. Yes, do what makes you happy and impact in other people's lives. So we'll go on this quick break and we'll be right back. Welcome back from that break. We're still on the Women in Power, Politics and Entertainment. Okay, so Ma, what's your best meal? Let's ease the tension a little, being all professional.
I don't have any in particular. I think I eat with mood.
Okay.
But I will say it used to be beans and plantain. But sometimes it moved to pounded yam and vegetable.
Wow,
Yeah.
that's beautiful.
Yeah.
Right, so as a stylish woman, what does fashion mean to you?
I think fashion is our expression of who we are to the world.
Okay, wow.
Yeah, like someone said that there's difference between clothing and fashion. Like there's difference between covering your nakedness and fashionably dressing up. You understand? So, like we always say that people judge you before they hear you, because Yoruba will say that irinisi ni sonilojo. You understand? So they size you up the way you look.
Yeah.
So to me, I think your fashion should depict what is in your mind, who you are. Like if you come here now and I'm wearing stud and tattoo, You will
Just
know.
tells me who you
You
are.
understand that, oh, okay, that is it.
That's really beautiful. All right, so how have you been able to balance family life and your career? Because this is a lot. Training children,
Yeah.
you have to be a mother
Yeah.
to them and be a mother to your kids. So,
Yeah,
how have
thank
you
you.
been able to balance both?
Okay, so the first part of it is that I'm still single. We've
Okay.
been married soon by God's grace. So I'm already living the allowance. I'm not allowing the work to take 100% of me so that it won't be hard by the time I'm finally
Settled.
settled. So one thing I do is when I close for work, I close for work. I
Okay.
close by 4. So I make sure I don't do office work after them.
Okay.
Though having them around is office work, but then I try to minimize, not like round the clock as it were. I try to segment my timing. And then, because in counseling, they made us understand that when you share people's burden, learn to put boundaries so that for your own mental health. Not that I'll be sitting there and be like, Muhammad's family, it won't allow me to, be me. You understand? So I help people and I don't try to take the part of God because I know it's God it's the all in all that can solve all problems. So I do my part and I move back when I need to move back because I know that I need to allow that part of me to be whole for my family to enjoy when I sit.
Okay. Wow, that's beautiful. All right, so advice to young female themed NGOs.
Okay, so what I would say to young female team NGOs, everywhere you go to volunteer and all of that, make sure you document your journey. I've seen so many people being over ambitious. Don't be, because we smell it from afar off. You understand? Someone came to me and said, I wanted to volunteer with an NGO at Tanker, they didn't take me. I said, what did you tell them? She said, I told them I want to volunteer with them so that I can add it to my CV. I said, assuming you tell that to me, I won't take you. I'm using my life to run this thing. You want to add it to your CV. Wherever you go to, talk about the cause, talk about the passion. Let them know what you're bringing to the table, even as a volunteer. Then I will know you share my burden. Then I can open the door for you. So don't try to, like this, is it 21 laws of power? The rule number 1, don't outshine the master. Don't go there and start doing if I were you. Calm down. Learn. Because why? You're going to need them. I know how many recommendation letters I've written. Oh my God. Actually, most of our SARS and MAS that are outside the country, they will just tell me, Ma Funmi, your email. Then you start receiving back to back. Because they did their work when they were here, I have to make sure I do my own part, by filling the form and writing good recommendations for them. So the main thing, be there when you're there. If you're not going to be around, don't say because I'm just volunteering. If I don't show up, there's nothing. No. Be there. Be fully there. Let them feel your impact and document every process. And if you have an idea on how they can do things better, please add it to them. Tell them. Let them feel your impact so that when you leave, they know that, we remember when this person was here. That is what I have to say.
All right. That's really educated. Be there when you were there. Not be there and still be absent. Be there when you were there. All right, so Ma, let's go. Before we move to the this or that section, what are 5 things you can't leave home without?
I cannot leave home without. I'll say my AirPod, my phone,
2,
my ATM, should in
3,
case, my purse,
4,
and occasionally my comb.
Oh, okay. Right.
Yeah.
That's really beautiful. All right, Ma. We've come to the end of our questions and answers, but then we have this section called the this or that.
Okay.
You just answer. Don't think about it.
Okay.
Just get to it. All right. Are we ready?
Yeah,
You're sure?
sure.
We're good.
Okay.
Burger or shawarma?
Shawarma.
Homemade food or eat out? Oh, okay. Homemade food or eat out? Because my people are not here.
When I want to relax, I prefer it out.
Oh, wow.
I don't want to enter kitchen again.
All right. Heels or low flat?
Low flat.
All right. Shoes or sneakers?
Shoes. I'm more comfortable with sneakers, but shoes.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Alcohol or normal drinks?
Oh, normal drinks.
trousers or gown?
Dresses.
All right, thank you so much, Ma.
Yeah.
Thank you. Thank you so much for your time. Thank you. We indeed are grateful and we have also learned a lot.
Thank you.
Thank you so much, beautiful people. It's still the women in power, politics, and entertainment who will keep searching and amplifying role models in womanhood. I remain your host, Salma Habib Akewusola.
Thank you
Thank
very,
you
very
so
much.
All right, Mr. Habib, oh yeah, let me take